Hey Virgo, welcome guys. I hope your day is going great so far. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So we have a new deck of oracle cards. We have these elemental oracle cards today. So these are the ones that I'm going to be using. These ones draw on the energies and the powers of all the elements around us in our world, in the universe, to be able to deliver messages to you from spirit, from a higher power. So let's see what you guys need to hear all about today. So powers that be, what does Virgo need to hear? What is most relevant to Virgo today? Please pick some cards for me. Let's see what we got going on. I can feel them starting to jump around, and I got one that went sideways. That one wants to pop out. So we're going to go ahead and get going here with this card. So we have fire. So fire is a great card. Fire speaks of that high energy. So definitely this might speak to emotions that you're dealing with right now, or feeling very driven and very passionate about something as well. I do have voice, so speaking your word. Interesting. So speaking up, empowerment, taking back control of the direction of your life, or how people are viewing you and how people are treating you. I have passion, which represents the soul, speaking from your soul, speaking your truth, to be able to bring forward some healing, to be able to get what you want out of life. I do have time. Interesting. So this time card, it has a few different meanings. It can speak to something going on for a long time, something being a long time coming. It's time for a change. It also speaks of recognizing that we don't have forever in this world, and so using your time wisely. And that's what it's tying into now. And now is the time to use your voice. If you want to get what you want in life, you need to be able to speak up and ask for it. I also have the equator. The equator speaks of equality. It speaks of balance. You haven't spoken up for yourself. So whatever's going on in your life, you've been sitting on it. You've been stewing on it. And now is the time. I don't know if it's like a straw that broke the camel's back, but you've had enough, and now it's time to stand up and say what you mean and ask for what you want. We do have the Three of Swords, so the Three of Swords can represent heartbreak. It can represent separation as well. Sometimes in speaking of a heartbreak, because there are three swords, it can speak to a third party. I have the Nine of Swords, so the Nine of Swords represents feeling trapped or stuck in negative emotions or thoughts, so much so that we have trouble finding that balance. We have trouble finding clarity, being able to see wisdom and see our way through. And this is what it was. This is your straw that broke the camel's back. Shit just got way too overwhelming, and now it's time to say it out loud instead of just internalizing it. I have the King of Swords. Interesting. So this King of Swords, a lot of the qualities that go along with the swords, because swords is very logical and analytical and not very emotional. So it's usually somebody who doesn't speak up about their emotions, somebody who internalizes things a lot. And swords is indicative of air signs as well. So you're looking at a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, and this might be who this represents. This might be somebody in your life who's part of this situation, part of this heartbreak. This is somebody who you had to stand up to. He's sometimes dishonest as well, and he can be quite cunning. This might also just speak of a need for you to speak of your emotions and not shut down anymore. I do have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles represents learning. Learning truth, learning truth. These are the words that I see. Learning truth. You had to learn about a truth. Being able to say it out loud is going to be important. Saying how it makes you feel. Expressing how this person's dishonesty hurts you. This is going to be big for you. This is going to be a big part of you being able to move forward and healing. I have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands represents choosing a path. It's time to choose to do something different. This is where your time card comes in. It's time to choose to find balance, and balance is going to come by expressing your emotions as well. And remember, guys, you can't control how other people take this. You can't control how other people do, what other people say, and you might not get the response that you were hoping for, but that's because it's up to them to be how they want to be in life. But it's important for you to be able to use your voice and find your voice now in this situation. I also have the Fool card. The Fool card represents a new perspective. It's time for a new perspective. It's time to start being different in this world and expressing how you feel and asking for what you want instead of just stepping back and taking whatever crap this King of Swords throws at you, because that's what the cards are saying to me today. We do have justice as well. This is where you're going to find your justice in coming forward and speaking your piece. This is where you're going to find find your balance. The Sun card is a good omen card. It represents positive things manifesting for you. It's tied straight to that Voice card. Every time I keep getting pulled back to that Voice card. That is so critical in this read for you finding balance, for you being able to express your emotions, finding healing, and being able to move forward. I also have the Strength card, empowerment. This is going to be empowering for you, being able to say what's on your mind. This is going to be huge. It's going to change your perspective. It's going to bring you balance. It's going to bring forward that justice. This is something that someone needs to hear. Now, what they do with it, well, shit, that's up to them, right? You can't control that. But this is something that you need for yourself for healing and moving forward. Alrighty, guys, that is what the cards said to me today. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.